only to YouTube. Okay, we're gonna be moving to YouTube because 2022 is gonna be the year where I take mornings with Neno global. I'm gonna take mornings with Neno global, so I got to get on a bigger platform. Here we are limited on Zoom. Only people who have access to Zoom or my Telegram will be able to jump on mornings with Neno. I want to take mornings with Neno global, so where it's literally all over the world, is being listened. It's like, I don't know if you guys listen to Transformation Church, but if you guys see the setup that they have, like I want that to be mornings with Nano every morning. Like the mornings with Nano show, like just super dope. Everybody's excited. Like it's a tradition. I could speak for however long I want because there's no limits. I don't have a call that goes after mine. So just know we are taking everything to YouTube. All right. But today's topic, let's get it started. All right. Today's topic are the 5 steps to develop a better leadership team. Now, why is this call so important? Okay. Why is this call so important? All right. The reason why this call is so important is because, remember, in order for you to get to where you want to go, you're going to need a team. Okay. In order for you to go where you want to go, you need a team. Now, what does team stand for? Team, T-E-A-M. Together, everyone achieves more. Okay, so you're gonna need a team to go to where you want to go, right? Type team in the chat box if you know you're gonna need a team to get to your final destination. Type team in the chat box, right? So we all understand that it's gonna take a group of us. It's gonna take a group of individuals that have to move in unison towards a specific goal or task. Okay, that's what we're doing right now. And that's exactly what I'm doing with this group right here is I am moving in unison with a group of people towards a specific goal or task. And this community right here, this team, this family, what we've been able to do here, like, guys, there's thousands of people that jump on this call. If we were to get all 1,000 of you guys like in a room, in a convention center, man, I honestly believe if I were to do a mornings with Nano convention, honestly, where everybody can come, knowing all the numbers that have went through mornings with Nano, I mean, we have 20,000, we have 22,000 in the Telegram chat, which means if we do a small percentage of that, I think we can easily get 5,000 people in a room. Well promoted, like everybody talking about it, mornings with Nano lit, like I know we could get 5,000 people in a room, especially if I get special guest speakers to come, the top speakers. I know your favorite mornings with Nano hosts that have came through. Maybe get an entrepreneur, one of the famous ones, Gary Vee, Eric Thomas to come through. This is just me throwing ideas at you guys, right? But the only way that's going to happen is with this team, with this family, right? And obviously you guys get first class seats, right? You guys are going to get the seats before anybody else. I'll make sure that on mornings with Nano, you guys get the first seats, the first dibs, and everything. But it's important that we understand these 5 steps, okay? So I'm going to bring up the whiteboard here because I know you guys love the whiteboard. You guys love whiteboard. Ever since I started using the whiteboard a lot. But this is how I teach, though. I teach, like, when I teach my team, I teach on the whiteboard majority, right? Because I like them to see everything. I want them to be aware of everything that's going on. And I feel like people take better notes like that as well. So what we're going to be going over here today is the 5 steps to develop a better leadership team. All right. Now, this is very, very important that you guys all understand. All right. He says this, John C. Maxwell states, right? If you have a dream and no team, the dream is impossible. If you have a dream and a bad team, the dream is a nightmare. If you have a dream and are building a team, the dream is possible. If you have a dream and good leadership team, the dream is inevitable. Okay, so it's something that you guys gotta understand when it comes to having a good team. Because look at what he said. He said, if you have a dream but no team, the dream is impossible. Okay. The dream is impossible if you have a dream but no team. So that's why you're not going to be able to do it alone. That's what I need you to understand from that one point right there. You won't be able to do it by yourself. Okay. Then he says, if you have a dream and a bad team, what does that equal? A nightmare. You can't have a bad team and make it to the top. You can't. It's impossible. When have you ever heard a bad team won a championship? Never. Okay. If you have a dream and are building a team, then the dream is possible. Right? Some of you guys are building a team right now. Type a 1 in the chat box if right now you are building that team. Okay. You are looking for the right individuals, to go out there and have the same vision, the same integrity, the same commitment, the same work ethic. All right. You're looking for individuals that have those qualities. Okay. Well, let me be the one to tell you right now, your dream is possible. Your dream is possible. Okay. But what you need is this. If you have a dream and a good leadership team, which is what I'm going to be teaching you guys today. If you have a dream and a good leadership team, the dream is inevitable, which means it's only a matter of time. So what I'm going to be teaching you guys today is crucial if you want to go out there and accomplish success in 2022. Probably one of the most powerful trainings of all month is going to be today's training. So I need you guys to pay attention and take notes. Number 1, make sure your leaders are in alignment with the vision. Make sure your leaders are in alignment with the vision. Okay. But before they are in alignment with the vision, you got to ask yourself, is there a vision? Right? People need to know, what is the vision? But remember, with the vision also comes the mission, which is why you're doing it. So before anything happens, before you even make sure that your leaders are in alignment with the vision, you need to identify what the vision and the mission is first. Super key. We must understand this to the T. So people got to know what's the vision of the organization, why they are doing this, and what's going to be required of them in order for us to make this mission happen, right? The vision, the mission, and what is needed. You got to be willing to go on this journey with people that are willing to pay the price, fam. Take a look at your leadership team. Take a look at them. Take a look at the people that you're working with on a day-to-day basis. Take a look at the people that you talk to every day, your team. Are they willing to pay the price to be successful? That's the question. Are they willing to pay that price? Because you see, if they're not willing to pay the price, then why are you bringing them along? Why do you care what they say? If they're not going to be a part of your journey, then why do you allow them to affect you so much? Why are they living rent-free on your mind? Some of you don't do things because you're worried about what certain people in your life are going to say. You're worried about what your significant other will say. You're worried about what your friends from high school and college would say about you. You're worried about what your coworkers would say. You're worried about what the next door neighbor is going to say about you. And you know what you do? You limit yourself because you have an addiction to the approval of other people. You limit yourself. Don't miss that one. I hope that one didn't go over your head. You limit yourself because you have the addiction to approval of other people. You're addicted to the approval of other people. It's an addiction. I know so many people like that. You know why? Because I was like that. Until my mentor, Sean Murphy, gave me that training on addiction to approval, and I never forgot it ever again. I never forgot it. Still to this day, only real OG Mornings with Nano know who Sean Murphy is, right? And we still talk, and I'm probably going to have him on a call. Who knows? I might have him on a call this Friday. Let me give him a call. That's the man right there. But he gave me a training once on the addiction to approval. And I'll never forget that day, because that was the day that I noticed that I was addicted. And I was like, man, I need to change. And I went and I started posting videos on Instagram, and I started to put my face on camera, and I went and did things that made me uncomfortable. Like, yo, guys, you guys have no idea how uncomfortable I got. All the things that used to make me uncomfortable, because I used to worry about what my friends were going to say, what my family who was following me was going to say, what my ex-teammates were going to say about me because I chose to go down this route. And over here I am, I'm motivating and inspiring people on Instagram. Meanwhile, everybody knows I'm broke and living in the hood in my parents' house. Yo, it was hard for me to get through that reality, right? It was hard. Like, people would see me in the streets and, you know, they would see me motivating, but they're like, yo, Neno, you still live with your mom, bro. Like, you're still chilling on the block with us every day. Like, what's the act for, you know? Like, people used to tell me, like, yo, what's really going on here, Neno? Like, you becoming this influential speaker all of a sudden, right? But you on the hood with us chilling here. It was hard for them. It was hard for them to see that it was true. Because remember, how am I going to inspire people that I'm with every day? It don't matter what I say, what I was doing. I'm right there. We still live in the same hood, bro. How can you inspire me if you live in the same hood with me? You go to the same grocery store I go to. You chill on the same block with me. I don't see anything different. But they didn't understand that every day I was up early. I was up early. While they were sleeping, I was in the park meditating, reading, developing that mindset. I was already there. They didn't understand. They didn't see what I was seeing. They didn't see the vision that I had and why I was doing it, and that all I was doing was paying the price. I knew what was needed for me to make it happen, and all I was doing every day was paying that price. I stopped caring about what everybody else had to say about me. All I know that every morning I would wake up, I would go to the park, I would visualize my goals, I would visualize where I was at, and for the rest of the day, I would live in that reality. And other people thought I was crazy. I would tell people I was a millionaire and that I live in this penthouse and I live in a 6-story building. I live on the 6th floor. Every day when I would take that elevator up to the 6th floor, I would be visualizing me walking into my penthouse. The elevator would open up to my penthouse, and look, now it happens the same exact way. It happens the exact same way. Now my elevator opens up to my room, right, to my apartment, and when you open it up, you see the beautiful view over Miami. But when I was doing that, people thought I was crazy. People thought it was impossible. I had a vision of where I was going. So the same way I had a vision, right, is the same way that your leaders need to have that vision as well. And guess what? The most important part is the what is needed, right? Are they willing to pay that price? And let me be the first to tell you right now, very few are willing to pay the price. Very, very, very few. I got to run a training for you guys on the hard pills to swallow in business. That one will hit you guys hard. I haven't done that training in a long time. The hard pills to swallow. And that's one of them. That's one of them right there. That not everybody's gonna come, fam. So number one is make sure that your leaders are in alignment with the vision. Okay, very important. Number two, okay, help your leaders bond and care for one another. This is very important. Okay. Why do you think I start off the calls every morning with love and gratitude and sending out gratitude messages, the whole nine? Trust me, guys, there is a method behind the madness. Everything is calculated. Nothing is ever done just to do it. What I just did for you guys, for those that did send out the gratitude messages, I'm helping you guys create a culture where your leaders are bonding and caring for one another. This is so important. Every morning. Don't stop. It's the key. You think I just do, oh, guys, go send 3 gratitude messages just because? No, there is a reason why. It's because I want you guys to get in the habit of showing love and gratitude to those that have actually done things for you. One of the biggest lessons that my dad ever taught me, and I never understood when I was a little kid, but now I understand it so much. My father was very, he's the man, by the way, but my father was someone that when it came to people that did things for me, he would always remind me to call them. Like he would be like, for example, if, you know, let's say Michael did something for me and a month had passed and he'll hit me, he'll like randomly, I'm sitting there with him watching TV and he'd be like, hey, Michael, Neno, have you spoke to him? You know, where's Michael? When was the last time you spoke to Michael? And I'm like, oh, no, I haven't spoke to him in a while. And he'll be like, Neno, you have to call people that did well by you, people that showed you love, people that were good to you. You always check in on them. You never know when you're going to need them and when they can help you. I'm sure a lot of your parents are the same because you know what? Your parents notice people that have real intentions, true intentions, and they appreciate the people that do things for their kids, right? So my father always growing up would remind me to call people and I would get mad. Like I would get annoyed. Like, relax, I'll call him some other time, or like, I don't want to call him right now, but I didn't understand. But now that I'm older, now that I'm more wiser, I can see why he did it. Such a Latino thing to relate, right? I'm sure your parents do it as well. Let me see if type a 2 in the chat box if your parents or, you know, growing up ever did that to you or still doing it to you, right? Still to this day, I go home and like they'll remember and like my mom and dad will sit there and like one at a time, like, E Alexi, E Rafa, E this person, and they'll start asking me about, you know, certain people, you know, and they'll always tell me like, give them a call, like, you know, it's so dope. They did it to my little brother while I was home last time. You know, my little brother stayed with this family in the Dominican Republic while they were there. And my father got so mad at my little brother that he hadn't called them in months. Like he made him go downstairs, like buy the card, right? You know, and he even sent them money. You know, he was like, yo, here. He gave him like $50 here, send that money to them too. You know what I'm saying? It's just such a dope thing that my parents remember those things. And, you know, it's something that I've learned. You know, it's something that I've learned. You know, as like, yo, damn, let me call this person. Let me check in. Let me show love. You know, because remember, guys, there's people in your life that have done things for you that they didn't have to do. And they're one of the key reasons why you are where you are. Think about how many people in your life have done things that have gotten you to where you are right now. Whether it was good or whether it was bad, they got you to this point right here. When was the last time that you sent a gratitude message to them? Yo, just appreciating them for everything. I sent a message to one of my coaches the other day because my coach would make us visualize before games. And I used to be like, yo, my coach is crazy. He would literally sit us and have us visualize, okay, Torres, he used to call me Torres. Torres, I need you to visualize yourself throwing a strike on the outside corner. I need you to visualize the game is at a tight spot, but you're in control of your emotions and you're not losing faith and you know that you're going to throw strikes. And he would sit there and he would make me visualize these moments. And I didn't understand at the time, but now it all makes sense. He was preparing me. So I sent him a gratitude message. Okay. But what does that have to do with developing a better leadership team? Okay, is you remember, you got to help your leaders bond and care for one another. Everybody has to have each other's back. Okay, and the way you do that is, like I said, build a culture around love and gratitude. You got to build a culture around that. That has to be the two highest forms of emotions that are spread within your organization every single day. All right, so that's number 2. This is key information. Very, very, very key information. All right, number 3 is ensure that your leaders are growing together. Yo, cierra eso, por favor. Ensure that your leaders are growing together, okay? You see, if you are on this call by yourself and your leaders are not on this call, that's bad. Your leaders have to be on this call with you. You should have planned it last night, like, yo, we all got to be on Mornings with Neno tomorrow. Make sure that, yo, guess what? Yo, let's buy a book. Let's do a book club. Let's grow together. I just finished the book club. The book that I'm doing Mornings with Neno out of right now. I did a book club last month with all my leaders on it, all my top leaders. We spent, it took us 2 months to finish the whole book. We would read it 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. For 2 months, myself and all the top leaders within my organization, we sat and we read a book and everybody would read. I'll read a paragraph for a page and I'll pass. And I'll pass and I'll pass and I'll pass. Okay? So you got to understand and you got to know that, right? You got to grow together with your leaders. Go to church with your leaders together. Okay? It's something I haven't done. I've done it a few times, but yo, look, that's a great idea. Let's all go to church together on Sundays. Yo, let's go have brunch together. Set up a day. It don't have to be, set up a day out of the month where you guys go dream building. I remember me, Michael, Melissa, you remember when we went to the Mercedes store, BMW? Yo, we were literally, we were at home chilling and we were like, yo, let's go to the Mercedes store. Let's go sit in the BMW, the M5. And we went dream building and we would sit in the cars in the Mercedes Maybach. And I would sit in the front seat and Michael and Melissa would be in the back. And I'd be like, yo, can't wait for this life to be ours, you know? And what we were doing, well, we were seeing the vision together. We were seeing the vision together. We were dream building together. You know, the plenty amount of times that we've gone and we've taken a car and we've went to the most expensive neighborhoods in all of our cities just to watch the mansions and look at the houses that we were going to one day live in. That's a fact. I remember that. Yo, those are things that go such a long way. They go such a long way. You have no idea. Right? You don't got to. I remember, look, I would go to the most expensive restaurants just to have water with lemon and the cheapest appetizer that I can have. I'll spend maybe 30 cash. But guess what? I was in the environment. I was in the environment when I was broke. I wasn't going to eat at McDonald's. Nothing against McDonald's, right? But I'm like, you know what? Once a week, I'm going to go sit at an expensive restaurant and I'm going to start manifesting that this is mine. And I would sit at the restaurant and I would see myself ordering the tomahawk steak, $150 steak with the lobster mac and cheese on the side and the Brussels sprouts and, you know, the Camus wine on the side. And I'm like, yo, that's like a $250 meal, $300 meals. But I had like $50 in my account. You know what I'm saying? But I was visualizing me there, seeing it, ordering the food, putting myself in those positions. And you know what that did? That increased all of our beliefs. So you got to make sure that your leaders are growing together. Make sure that you and your leaders are jumping on Mornings with Neno together. Make sure that if you are a part of I Am, that you guys are trading together. Okay. I know there's something called power hours, right? I learned that from, a group of leaders in Monet. They put me on to power hours where they jump on calls and they recruit together. They post pictures together. They work, they literally jump on a call and just work together. Right? That's something that I do with the organization, right? Power hours. Yo, let's get on a call and let's just work. Put some music and let's just sit on this call for an hour, 2 hours, and let's work. Let's post pictures. Let's post content. Let's reach out to people. Let's follow up, right? You got to know about those, right? I learn from everybody, right? I learn from everybody. Trust me, we apply that over here. Power hours is a must. Okay, so ensure that your people are growing together. That's so important. Grow together. That's number 3. Number 4, okay. And there was more to that, but I'm gonna come back to that. Right. Number 4 is position your leaders to complement and complete each other. Position your leaders to complement and complete each other, right? I wouldn't be where I'm at today if it wasn't for the leaders within my organization, right? I was literally talking to my brother Michael about this last night. I'm like, bro, it's so dope, the relationship and the leadership that we have, because, you the playmaker, I'm the play developer. I can't tell you how many times Michael has came to me with a play like, yo, Neno, this is what we got to do, bro. Like, we need to reach out to these leaders. We got to run these calls. We got to do this. And I'm like, bet, say no more. And I'm the one that develops it, puts it to work, makes the phone calls. And next thing you know, we go into a run where 400, 500, 600 people join our business. But it was because of the play that he made that I trusted and I ran with. I can't tell you how many times we have done that. How many times he's came to me with a play and we ran it and I developed it. I made it happen. You got to know who the strengths and the weaknesses are within your organization. Okay. And look, guys, if you're on my team, you know what my strengths are. People leverage me to my strengths and I delegate my weaknesses. Okay. I have leaders in my team that are more organized than me. I delegate those weaknesses to them. Hey, look, I know you're more organized than me, and they help me with the schedule. They help me organize certain things. Great. I know certain leaders that are better teachers at social media than I am. Hey, I need you to run trainings on the social media, so on and so forth, right? I know people in my organization that are better traders than me. Yo, bro, if you can teach these strategies to the organization, so on and so forth, right? Leaders know within my team that when it comes to leadership, when it comes to network marketing, when it comes to the skills, when it comes to the network, there's so many strengths that I have. They know that what they can leverage me for. So you got to know how to position your leaders, how to complement and complete each other. Okay. That's very important. Okay. So important. I literally sat there last night with a group of leaders in my organization, and we did exactly this right here. Okay, yo, Jonathan, you're more organized with this, bro. You're the team launcher, bro. When it comes to launching leaders, you're that guy. You're going to be the one that when new members join the team, you're going to help us launch them. Yo, Algeron, bro, you're great with doing opportunity calls. You present the plan better than anybody I know. You're going to be running the opportunity calls. Yo, Rich, bro, your crypto account's about to hit 7 figures. Okay, you're going to be the one that's making sure that you get us connected with all the crypto plays so we can all make money. Mikey, you're great at the spiritual side of success. You know mindset, you know network marketing. You're going to be the one in charge of making sure that you help leaders understand certain things, right? When it comes to spiritual development, so on and so forth. And there was another group of Now everybody knows what's going on. My brother Z Money, you're going to be in charge of making sure, you're going to play a pivotal role in making sure that the team gets paid every morning. Positioning the leaders to complement and complete each other. My brother Wire, who's actually on this call right now, never makes an excuse. Wire, you're going to play a huge pivotal role in making sure that people understand the consistency, the discipline, the morning routine, everything that is required of a leader, the grit, the things that you can't even teach. You're going to be the one that's in charge of making sure we teach that to the organization. And we all complement each other and we complete each other. Why do we need everybody doing opportunity calls, everybody running trainings, everybody trying to be crypto masters? No, let's find the ones that are the best at it and let's work towards that. And that's very, very important, right? He says, each player must have a place for himself and a purpose beyond himself. Listen to that. John C. Maxwell said, each player must have a place for himself and a purpose beyond him or herself. Each player must have a place for himself, him or herself, and a purpose beyond him and her. So, very important. Okay, key. And understand this. The strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. Don't miss that one right there. The strength of the pack is the wolf, the one leading. But the strength of the wolf leading is the pack. So without the pack, there's no wolf. But without the strength of the wolf, there's no strength in the pack. So if you're wondering why your leaders folded, it's because you probably folded. If you're wondering why people left your business, it's probably because you lost faith. You lost faith. So they lost faith. You showed signs of weaknesses. Oh, I need a little bit of time to myself. You messed up, brother, by doing that. You messed up by telling your team that you needed a little bit of time to get yourself right. They gone. They ain't coming back. They gone. You folded. What you mean you need time? We leading. We working. What you mean? You need time for yourself. You need time to get your mind right. You get your mind right and you still keep working. You know how many times I've wanted to take time off and tell my leaders, yeah, bro, just give me a few days. I got to get my mind right. What? No, we working. I'll get my mind right as we figuring this out. Too many people no, man, stop letting these things affect you. Run the play. Run the play. Show up every day, regardless of what you're going through. Regardless of what you're going through, unless you had like a real family death and you need some time, obviously we all understand that. But if you're just going through life, you know, and your finances are low and people are doubting you and your girlfriend or boyfriend left you, and just keep working, fam. Just keep working, keep working, keep working. Keep working. Okay. That's number 4. All right. And then number 5, last but not least, so we can wrap it up, is communicate to your leaders how they are making a difference. Communicate to your leaders how they are making a difference. Yo, Melissa, I'm so proud of you, sis. You running that play. You're inspiring young women to believe in themselves at 21 years old. You're making a difference. I literally had a great conversation with Sana the other day. We were texting back and forth for like at least 30 to 45 minutes. And we just kind of caught up through everything. And I remember telling her, I'm like, Sana, I'm just so proud of you. You know, just because you jumped on these calls on Mornings with Neno and you showed up every day and you took the time to get the notes for everybody, something so selfless, you never had to do those things. Look at you now. You have a great position. You live a life of freedom. You're more connected with God than ever. You're tapped in. You know the information. You have a network now. All because she gave without the intention to receive. All because of that. So I had to let her know how great she's doing in life and how much I appreciate her for everything, right? Let your leaders know that they're making a difference, right? Right. One of my leaders, right? Her name is Natalia, right? Crypto Queen. I had to let her know the other day, yo, we appreciate you for everything that you do. You're helping us get paid. You're helping us know about all the crypto updates. You're going out of your way to make sure that we have the sauce and we can make money every single week and have access to the most important coins. And that's what we're grateful for her as well. She's making a difference. Okay. So you got to let your leaders know that they are making a difference. All right. And these right here are the 5 steps to develop a better leadership team. Number 1, make sure your leaders are in alignment with the vision. Number 2, help your leaders bond and care for one another. Number 3, ensure that your leaders are growing together. Number 4, position your leaders to complement and complete each other. And number 5, communicate to your leaders how they are making a difference, right? If you guys got value from today's call, type a 555 in the chat box if you guys got value from today's call. All right. Like I said,